Hello and welcome to Granado Espada. Today we will be speaking about characters. Now, as you have created your account and already visited plenty of beautiful towns in the game, you have noticed that there is a variety of named NPCs who are offering their quests in order to become the part of your family. Now you might know this, but in the European version of the game, which I am representing, you can attain 161 characters in total, majority of whom possesses unique skills and offers different ways to help you to become victorious over your enemies. So in this series, Character 101, I will try to help you out to learn about them all, making a character spotlight, presenting their stances, and doing a damage check. This time, we will start with two characters, the Elementalist and the Musketeer. The Elementalist is a magic user with her most powerful stance, Elemental Master. First skill in the stance is a self-buff called Elemental Spirit, which provides additional 3% damage to her spell damage every time you level it, maxing up to level 50 and providing a 150% damage increase to the spells. To level it, you need to cast a spell on an enemy or to wait until current level's timer runs out. But if you get knocked down or change your stance, you will lose the self buff. All of the rest skills in the stance are area of effect damage spells. The Elemental Lord stance can be used with fire, ice, lightning, and Lord of Elemental bracelets, thus ensuring that you can switch them between various raids and exploiting the lowest elemental resistance on the boss. The Musketeer is a range expert whose main damage comes from auto attacks. His highest damage stance is Unlimited Shot, making 4 shots in the cycle. This stance has a self buff called Reload Action, providing additional damage to monster, evasion, and resets overstand skills cooldowns once used. The other noteworthy skill is Circle Penetration. It's an area of effect damaging spell, has a low damage, but provides additional damage buff by 3% for every monster hit while casting it. And the last skill is Death Sentence. It's a hard-hitting single target attack, and you should use it as much as possible, preferably in conjunction with Reload Action. Before we test out these characters in damage department, we need to set a ground rules for the test, which I'm going to do in the future as well. First off, characters will be using Enhanced Tactics level 12 buffs and all available self buffs for themselves. Next, I will be using Crescendo Weapons plus 6 plus additional 40% attack enchant. These are equal to base attack rating of 32 weapons. Third, I will be using 50% attack, 20% monster damage and 20% attack speed family attribute page, which is possible to attain at family level 50. Next, I will be doing damage for 1 minute with all the targets and compare their damage done in each time. And lastly, the demon targets I will be using is somewhat reflecting to Bounty Hunters Guild Demonic Occulta and Demonic Ice Tower instant bosses, one having a low defense but high elemental resistances, and another having high defense but low elemental resistances. Let's start from Elementalist. As you might notice, the Elementalist actually has 2 damaging expert stances. Here is the test on the damage check on the low dev high res target using Elemental Master stance on the left and Magic of Occultism in the right. Now if we would compare skill by skill damage between these stances, you can see that Magic of Occultism spells do slightly more damage, but the casting time makes it inferior to Elemental Master. There is one more thing we would need to test between Elementalist. As we saw, Elemental Lord is superior stance compared to Magic Occultism, but it has a self buff providing 3% additional damage to the spells once increases. You can stack it up to the 50 level, but it takes roughly 6 to 7 minutes while using Refresh Mind on your Elementalist to cap it. So the question is it worth reflaring every time it runs out, or is it worth to wait and get the Elemental Spirit buff to level 50? Now this is a test on high def low res target, compared between stances of Elemental Lord. In the left you can see Elementalist having Flare buff and Elemental Spirit buff level 1, and on the left you can see an Elementalist which has as Elemental Spirit maxed out and no Flare buff. Now, as it can be seen in the end, Elemental Spirit level 50 is superior to the Flare Elementalist having a low Elemental Spirit buff, but as I mentioned, it takes 6 to 7 minutes to max it out, making it obvious choice for long missions. Let's switch gears to the Musketeer on the low defense target. We will try his both expert stance, Unlimited Shot on the left and Flintlock on the right. As it can be seen, in these conditions Unlimited Shot stance does more damage, but Flintlock provides additional debuff for your raid, even though it's not really easy to get it on the high level bosses. While the Musketeer really shines on the low defense targets hands of pistol rifle usage, we can see that for a hard armor and high defense targets he is not the best option to use. And so we have tried only 2 characters for now, and you can see a small table compared their damage. But the general consensus is that the best damage dealer depends on the target you are hunting for. In the future, this damage check table will fill in with more names so we can see the better picture of it. That concludes our research for today. Thank you all for watching the video, and I just wanted to say a special thanks for music producer Ahrix, who was so kind to allow me to use his music in my videos. And as always, good luck in your explorations.